everybody, today I want to talk about Mrs. O. Olivia came to us because she'd just set up a capital and repayment mortgage and wanted to put something in place insurance wise in case something happened to her so that her husband and children could stay in the family home. The reason that Olivia came to us is because since early childhood she had had obsessive compulsive disorder. And it was something that had been with her for a very long time. She was now in her early 40s. And it was something where she also at times had maybe 1 or 2 panic attacks a month. And over 10 years before she spoke to us, she'd also had a suicide attempt. Now Olivia was in a completely new place now as to where she had been all those years ago. She now had a family and nothing in a sense could have been further from her mind now. And we're pleased to say that an insurer also felt that that was very much the case. So what we were able to do was arrange Olivia to have £160,000 worth of decreasing life insurance over 15 years to match her mortgage. The premium was probably a bit higher than some people would expect because she was a smoker, but it came to £27 per month. What I also want to say is maybe some advice in regards to advisors out there who are speaking to people with mental health conditions. The terminology that we choose to use with clients can be everything, and it could really be a big difference between that person feeling comfortable with you and wanting to carry on listening to you for advice, or maybe feeling that they want to speak to someone else, or even possibly completely putting them off wanting to get the protection insurances. There's a couple of key things. So mainly, in a sense, shut up, listen to the person, give them chance to speak and to say what they need to say, and give them your full attention. They need to feel listened to and to feel respected about how, even if it's something in their past, they need to feel respected that what they have been through, that you are listening to it and you're acknowledging it. And they don't want to be scared that something's going to suddenly come out if a claim happens and that there's like the little tiny wording's been missed and that a claim isn't obviously allowed. There are things like the Samaritan shush listening techniques, which I do suggest that everybody listen to. And I think it's important as well not to beat yourself up, because we can all say things and maybe think afterwards, oh, that was completely the wrong thing to say. But there are certain ways that we can try and improve the way that we're speaking. So really avoiding negative words like saying, so have you suffered with depression for long? That's not really, just the word suffer in itself is quite a negative tone. So there's quite a few negative words that can be associated with mental health, and it's important to try and avoid them, or try and build yourself up to a point where you can naturally avoid them and just change your own narrative. So maybe just saying, so how long have you had depression for? You don't need to say suffer. There's no need for that to be in there. The other thing as well is that if you are someone who is speaking to people with mental health conditions quite a lot, then it can be quite a good idea to go through some very specific mental health first aider training. It means that you will then know and maybe be able to listen, and this can go for any client. It doesn't matter if they have mental health or not, but any specific trigger words that would maybe make you think that that person wasn't in a good place at the moment and maybe they need a bit more extra support. There's also the fact as well with this kind of training where it helps you, and I've done it myself and I fully appreciate it, is that it helps you to identify potentially certain triggers in yourself, and how maybe listening to people in these situations on quite a regular basis can itself take its toll on you. And it's important to make sure that we sometimes forget about the advisor as well, who is listening to these things, and also the underwriters who are listening to these things. And it's important to make sure that you take time to look after yourself as well, so that one, you're okay, but also so that you can make sure that you're looking after your clients in the best way that you can.